What do we seek here? What do you seek for the student?
Just one thing is important. I would not say better person. I mean, it's make something out of you what you want to be. Yeah,
Okay.
not better. What from which point of view you are better, right? So this is maybe Asian
Yes,
idea.
that's
Yeah.
our-
So
yeah.
improve all the time. So be better. Yeah.
I haven't going to DAAD, never going to German, but speak with one of them is already make me wants to go there.
Too small for me in Germany.
Oh my God,
Alone.
okay.
Yeah.
That's actually a simple sentence, but it boosts my confidence, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kembali lagi di UIR News, Ruang Akademisi Mendedah Informasi. Sekarang kita sudah kehadiran tamu nih, teman-teman semuanya dari Jerman dengan namanya kita kenal dengan Prof. Kus. Prof. Kus hari ini akan banyak berbicara pada kita menyoal soal DAAD atau in English we usually call it DAAD. And then it's quite like the program with the cooperation between Universitas Islam Riau dengan institusi di Jerman. Dan hari ini kita sudah ada Prof. Kus. Hai Prof. Kus.
Halo semuanya.
Okay, Prof. Kus, you're much comfortable in Indonesia or in English? Which one?
Mungkin saya coba bahasa Indonesia, tapi ya tentu saja lebih comfortable di bahasa Inggris.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
just want to make sure you're
Mungkin
comfortable.
campur.
Very good, very well,
Ya.
it's fine.
Siapa audience orang Indonesia ya?
Orang Indonesia,
Ya,
students,
campur,
our students.
ya.
Okay.
Saya coba ya.
Okay, very good. Thank you for your preferences. And then my name is Happy Wulandari. I will going to be the host for this program. And then we are going to start directly because this is our second year of the AAD program, right? So what do you think? What's the difference between this year and then the before?
Tahun pertama kita ya coba ya, tidak tahu belum bagaimana akan istimewa di Pekanbaru di UIR. Itu saya tahu itu program acara yang pertama untuk UIR dan untuk UIR semua baru.
Yeah.
So hari ini tahun ini sudah lebih maju ya. Juga untuk saya, untuk Mr. Bone. So for us, it's not so new anymore. And now we are more developed and more focused. We know better how to choose the students, how to make the programs. So ada beda antara
like,
tahun yang lalu dan tahun ini.
This year you know what you are looking for.
Ya,
let me say.
saya sudah tahu Universitas Islam Riau baik dari 15 tahun, hampir 15 tahun. Saya setiap tahun beberapa kali di sini. Tapi dengan acara sama seperti itu, DAAD saya tidak pernah kerja.
Okay. So this is your in UIR, this is your second year from that 15 years or what do you say?
15 tahun saya di UIR, tapi itu tahun kedua dengan DAAD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
A part of DAAD, I am foreign professor here in UIR, but this is different program. This is already 15 years old.
Okay. So that you said before that you know this year what to seek from the experience, and then what can we get deeper from that? What do we seek here? What do you seek in for the students?
I think saya kira yang penting adalah interchange budaya, ada interchange budaya. Mungkin ya tentu saja juga hukum, judul hukum ya beberapa judul. Tapi yang terpenting untuk saya adalah nanti orang-orang di sini, mahasiswa di sini akan functionaries di menteri, di otoritas, di government, in the international, maybe duta besar ya.
Yes.
Dan mungkin nanti mereka ingat bagaimana di Jerman, bagaimana kolaborasi di Jerman, di orang Barat ya, dan di orang yang mungkin orang tidak Muslim ya, budaya beda dan tidak masalah dengan orang di sana ya. Saya pernah study di Spanyol.
Okay.
tahun 88
Oke.
ya. Dan saya tidak pernah lupa bagaimana di Spain. Itu negara kedua untuk saya, Spain. Negara ketiga sudah Indonesia.
Okay. So the most important that is our students going to have intercultural change. That's the most important thing for you, right? So it's about what they experience from the German, and then the idea of the law and everything there. Is it correct?
Yes.
And then is it going to be continue also this year, or there is an addition of other than law?
Well, I personally do law, but theoretically we can insert a lot of topics. But in law, you know that saya sudah di fakultas
Yes.
Anda ya. Saya mau bikin hukum lebih buka untuk fakultas yang lain juga.
Yeah.
Interdisciplinarity. This is the second important thing of this project, interdisciplinarity, not only focus on the law.
All right. So the goal of these programs is
Open minds.
open mindset of
Yeah.
of our students,
Yes.
right? Because in maybe from from Pekanbaru, and then they went to German, which is a new European countries is it right? And then come back with more insight and everything, so that would help them. Should they become someone's
Yeah.
big in this country, right?
That is what I always wanted also with my lecturing here. It's very clear that the students will not remember everything I teach here, yeah? So at least not all, but if they remember maybe certain things about what I say, or certain things about ethic we discuss, yeah? Or are open for discussing that more, or open a certain interest, then the success is very big already, yeah? We don't have to think always in the big deal, yeah. We
Yes.
go here and then we make perfect international lawyers out of them, yeah. So
All right.
we must encourage, we must give incentive. The incentive to make it better, to develop themselves, to learn more, and to be open-minded for the world. Because I'm a very open-minded person, and I think this is the
agree.
most important in the future, to in this time of fake news and delimitation of cultures, and we are that and this or that, and racism and all these things. To have an open mind and not judge people before you know them.
Agree. And then through the AAD, then we are going to, we want to inspire the students instead of, think big, like as you said, but it's already big if they can got necessary one word or inspire them, and then wants makes themselves to be better person. So it's the idea of the AAD, right? And then, so it's quite easy actually. I mean, in my students told me that they thought that this program could ask them to be, there are so many requirements, like should be have GPA 4, should be able to speak in English, should be able to have no loss even in Indonesia and in the global and everything. But according onto what you said, it's not that difficult. It's for me, I assume that you are asking our students to have just willingness to open their minds, and then that's enough to follow the AAD.
That's first of all, this is the tool of your
Yeah.
mind, yeah. It is a hard work to work. Look, saya sudah belajar bahasa Indonesia banyak tahun, autodidak, ya.
Yeah, totally.
Hanya dengan berbicara dan coba berbicara, bikin salah di sini dan ya. Dan itu takes long. It takes long. It is lama ya. Banyak kerja. Tapi saya tidak pernah give up. Ya. So if you have the wish to do that, and I swear in 5 years I will give my lecture totally in Bahasa.
Oh
If-
yes.
and this is something, not because I'm so clever, because just I have the wish to do so. So give incentive to people, and people learn.
Yes.
And not only learn facts, but learn skills, learn
To adapt.
attitudes.
Attitude,
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. And this is maybe a little step, but it's not a big deal. But this is what actually these programs are for, and that is why the Ministry of Germany pays for the DID for projects
Wow.
like that, for giving exactly these occasions.
Okay, so this is provided by the Ministry of Germany.
Actually, this is financed by the Foreign Ministry. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then so that's quite, if I see it from the student point of view, there's no, there's no wrong with this program. I mean, like, just follow it. It's easy from the requirement, and so it's also, free in some ways, right?
Unfortunately, we don't have that many occasions for so many students. I would like to
Yeah.
bring so many, but of course, the funds are limited. But yeah, if you can apply and you
Yeah,
can,
but this is an open door for me. If I see it from the student point of view, and then as a in Pekanbaru citizen, I think this is a good program to follow. You guys, like, this could open the window, the door, or maybe your houses, and then you could be a better person. Not, of course, not directly become a lecturer or a lawyer, as Mr. Prof. Ko said, but it is very interesting.
just one thing is important. I would not say better person. This is already a little bit measuring people there. It's not a better
Okay.
person. It's make something out of you what you want to be. Yeah,
Okay.
not better. What from which point of view you are better, right? So this is maybe Asian
Yes,
idea.
that's
Yeah,
our,
so improve all the time. So be better, better. Yeah, from the
Yeah.
individualism point of view in our culture, we say, yeah, you're good if you're happy. Yeah, you make a happy person. Yeah, be a happy person, be contented. And for me, it was always fascinating to travel around and to see things not anybody can see. So
Okay.
that's why I came here.
So you're saying that us nowadays, I mean the people nowadays is already good. It's better from their version, and then this program is going to be what goods on them, and then expand it, right?
Expand.
So
Yeah.
all right, I agree with that.
Use your capacities, yeah. And if you don't want to use it and you want to stay in Jakarta, in Berlin, in your village, then you can be also a happy person. Then maybe it's not for everybody, yeah. So, but
Okay.
if you see, wow, the world is so wide and the future is so open. Who knows what I can experience in life? Then use the occasion and try to do that. That is what I always wanted when I was a student, going to Spain, going to Portugal, studying abroad. And then later work abroad, and not only in Germany. So this is why I go half of the year traveling and be in Asia and Indonesia. So because
The
I
world's
wanted
so
to,
wide,
it
yes.
is too small for me in Germany
Oh my god,
alone.
okay.
Yeah.
That's actually a simple sentence, but it boosts my confidence, So
Yeah.
thank you. I haven't going to DAAD, never going to German, but speak with one of them is already make me wants to go there. And then questions like, if this one person could bring so many insight to me, and then what if I'm going there? So guys, please check the Whereas DAAD, and then you are going to know how to join the AAD programs. And then here, Prof. Kus, we already have programs such as visiting lecturer from the AD and us in UIR. Visiting lecturer, I'm going to ask you about it, about your experience here, especially in UIR, after the second year with the AAD, about the visiting lecturer, and then what's your experience on that? What you
The
say?
visiting lecture is already much longer,
Yeah.
much longer. But when I was asked to come to Pekanbaru in around 13, 14 years ago, I for longer ago, I think 15, 16 years, for 3 years I didn't go. Because I was thinking, oh, Sumatra, there's malaria, there are insects, this is dangerous, maybe I become sick, so better not, yeah. And then your now rector all the time wrote me, when you come, please come. And then my partner said, you have to go. Because I'm not polite to go. And then since then I went always. My experience was that especially the law faculty developed a lot. Yeah. In the beginning, it was very hard to teach. It was very you could not teach very long, maybe 15 minutes. Then not so attentive anymore. But nowadays you can make normal lectures. So step by step, it developed a lot, and that is a big experience. The experience is also that you must be a little bit less perfect with. It's not only about teaching facts. You must I think the most important is the dialogue with students here.
I agree.
So what my experience with Indonesian study system is, the seniority principle is very strong, and the flexibility of students and also of lecturers is maybe not always strong enough. So my experience is that the seniority principle brings the students not to answer, not to question, to ask the professor or the lecturer critical questions, but we should be critical if we are academics. So this is something I still fight with sometimes, that the students don't dare to contradict me, to give me a contradictory answer. And the second is the flexibility. So I want to encourage anybody to be more, to be very creative, very open, and not only stick to what someone said to them, or what is the way we always do it. So we always do it like that, even if the situation change, we go on like this, yeah, because the world changes faster and faster, and you should adapt to new situations and should dare something.
Yes,
new ideas, dare it and just do it, yeah, and try something. This is for me a little bit a problem of the mentality in the universities in Indonesia, but it's getting better.
Yeah. So I can see that in 15 years of your experience teaching here, you got what I see too, right? I also see that our students quite I don't know where is it come from, that they hesitate to ask questions out of the boundaries or out of the box. But I agree with you.
It's depending on the region in Indonesia, yeah.
Yes.
If you have in Sumatra, this is stronger than, for example, if you do that in Surabaya or in Jakarta. Because maybe the students are already knowing more about the world, or they are traveled and so, and also the culture is maybe stronger conservative or less conservative, and
it's affecting them. Yes,
but this is not a hindering. And look, also we have a totally new kind of lecturers nowadays. Yeah, look at you. Yeah,
yes,
you speak perfect English. You were abroad. You have really fresh ideas, yeah. And when I started, we had a lot of older lecturers who were maybe socialized in different times, and it was very difficult maybe to adapt to these modern times, yeah. So this is much improving, and I'm very optimistic for that. For Indonesia is a very growing and developing in a positive way, developing country, yeah. So
okay.
Very good. Also socially, the society is developing a lot, and this is very interesting to observe that.
So related to that, the willingness to be a contradictive to the questions when they are in experiencing lecture and everything, is it going to be a quality that you are looking for the students who will follow the AAD, or
if I was doing something here, I would write it in the visi misi to be a critical person. The visi misi of universities here are often to be a obedient citizen, and so this is not negative. I don't mean it negative, because of course a citizen should respect the law, should respect the rules of the society, right? But a part of that, there should be also this aspect of the critic in it, yeah. So I want that the students dare a little bit more, because of course, if you stay in this society and only present here and only work here in this society, nobody will notice that. But if you see young lecturers going to international conference in Jakarta, for example, and they must present internationally, and then you see that they are not able, for example, to adapt to new situation and just read their text, and then because they prepare 20 minutes, and then they say, oh, you have only 5 minutes, yeah, and they are not able to adapt to the new situation, or they make questions. Sometimes I get questions from the audience, which I think they just questions for politeness, but not asking me something confrontative. One time I had that here in Pekanbaru, asking me something confrontative that was hard to answer, but I was happy that people do that, yeah. But normally this is very difficult. And
I'm with you on that one. Yeah? I'm very happy if my students ask me something that make me,
Yeah,
Yes,
you
yes.
start. You were, as I know, you were in Malaysia.
Yes.
Malaysia is very different from that. In my opinion, of course, it's also the seniority principle, but the students there are more daring to challenge a professor. And teaching is a dialogue.
Is it?
I'm challenged by my students. I don't teach law students, I teach economy students, and they don't want to be lawyers. So the challenge is to make them interested in the topics. And when they ask me very basic questions, which are normally self-understanding for a law expert, but actually because it was always self-understanding, I never thought about how I can make it, how I can set it easier, and how I can go to the ground of it. And then I come to the ground of that idea because some student who is not a law student asked me something very self-understanding, and I had to think about how to explain it. Now, wow, I learned something from that.
Yeah.
This is a dialogue.
Yes.
But if the students only respect you, ya prof, and just consume what you say, then this is not so good for both of us.
Yes, we have
Because
to
it's
be.
not incentive for me to make something creative if the students are not receiving it and doing something with that.
Yeah, the knife should be sharp, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, it
It's
should
too
be.
much. There's too much. I mean, respect is okay,
Yeah,
but
too much-
respect as we respect anybody. We should respect anybody in the society, but not respect me just because I'm a prof. Yeah.
Okay, agree. And then so Prof. Kus, I think that's the question for our limit times podcast nowadays. And then untuk teman-teman audiens dari para mahasiswa-mahasiswi Universitas Islam Riau yang saya banggakan, ini adalah akhir dari pertanyaan tadi dan dapat kita simpulkan bahwasannya program DIID sangat terbuka buat kita semua, buat Anda sebagai mahasiswa dari berbagai unsur ilmu pengetahuan, di mana persyaratan juga mudah, nggak terlalu yang harus gimana-gimana, yang mesti sempurna bahasa Inggrisnya, sempurna GPA dan lain sebagainya, tidak. Yang penting Anda punya willingness dan Anda punya niat buat mau tahu hal di luar apa yang udah Anda tahu hari ini. Dan jangan lupa tadi di akhir ada Prof. Kus katakan bahwasannya sangat perlu banget mahasiswa itu untuk kritis, untuk bertanya di luar box, untuk bisa tahu apa-apa bakal yang terjadi di sini dan tidak takut untuk menyatakannya. Dan mungkin Anda harus bawa khas itu atau Anda harus bawa niat itu untuk kemudian muncul waktu nanti wawancara di DIID, ya ampun typo sampai ke mulut ya.
Tapi penting kritis bukan tidak respect ya.
Yes.
Respect harus
Ya.
kepada semuanya ya.
Betul.
Tapi kritis the positive way. I don't
Benar.
want that people think they should not comply with the rules of the society. Yeah,
Yeah, against
this
the
is
law, no,
very
right?
important, right?
Yes,
Don't
very.
misunderstand me.
Yes.
But in a positive, critical way.
Yes, you heard that. Jadi Anda bawa kritis sangat boleh, tapi make sure you really understand the topic of what you are questioning about. So tadi jadi kritis itu bukan soal yang paling galak atau yang paling keras suaranya, gitu namanya kurang ajar. Bukan kritis ya, kita perlu yang kritis yang membangun juga dengan penuh dengan solusi. So untuk informasi lebih lanjut silahkan bisa akses UIR IC ID. Dan saya selaku host pada hari ini, Happy Wulandari, mohon undur diri. UIR News, ruang akademisi mendedah informasi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye bye.